China's recent decision to restrict the export of critical high-tech materials such as gallium, germanium, and antimony to the United States forms part of the broader trade and technological rivalry between the two global superpowers. These materials are essential in the production of semiconductors, electronic devices, and military technologies, making them highly valuable not only for commercial purposes but also for national defense. Gallium, for instance, is used in the manufacturing of high-performance electronics and solar panels, while germanium plays a key role in fiber optics and infrared technologies. As the world increasingly becomes dependent on advanced technologies, these materials have become crucial to the U.S. defense industry, tech sector, and even its green energy initiatives. The U.S., recognizing this vulnerability, has imposed strict export controls on advanced semiconductor technology to prevent China from acquiring critical capabilities that could bolster its military and surveillance powers. These moves have been justified on national security grounds, with the aim of slowing China's technological advancements, particularly in areas that could give it an edge in military confrontations, such as artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and advanced weapon systems. In response, China has wielded its own economic leverage by restricting exports of these key materials, signaling that it too can disrupt U.S. industries by cutting off access to the raw materials needed for many high-tech and defense applications. While these export bans are aimed at the U.S. as part of an escalating trade war, they also underscore the broader strategic rivalry between the two countries. China views the U.S.'s actions as an effort to contain its rise as a global power and weaken its technological capabilities, especially in areas crucial for military modernization. Although this is primarily an economic and technological conflict, there is also a deeper geopolitical element at play, especially concerning Taiwan, which Beijing sees as an integral part of its territorial claims. Taiwan has long been a flashpoint in U.S.-China relations. The Chinese Communist Party, CCP, views Taiwan as a breakaway province that must be reunited with the mainland, even if that means using military force. This desire for reunification is driven by both political and strategic motivations. Taiwan, with its robust democracy and highly advanced semiconductor industry, is a significant piece in the global technological puzzle. It is the world's leading supplier of high-end semiconductors, particularly through companies like Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, TSMC, which produces chips essential for everything from military equipment to consumer electronics. The control of Taiwan would not only give China a major economic advantage but would also provide it with significant military leverage in the Asia-Pacific region. The island's proximity to key shipping lanes and military bases makes it a strategic military asset that would enhance China's ability to project power across the region and potentially challenge U.S. military dominance. The desire for Taiwan's reunification is further complicated by the U.S.'s continued support for Taiwan's sovereignty and its provision of arms and political backing. The U.S. has long maintained a policy of strategic ambiguity, signaling to Beijing that any attempt to forcibly take Taiwan would trigger a strong response, though it has stopped short of explicitly committing to military intervention. This support has fueled China's frustration, as it views the U.S. as a key obstacle to its goal of reunification. Over the years, China has ramped up military posturing, including frequent military drills near Taiwan, the development of advanced missile systems, and the expansion of its naval and air forces. These actions, coupled with aggressive rhetoric, suggest that Beijing is preparing for the possibility of a military confrontation, even as it officially maintains a preference for peaceful reunification. The export bans on materials like gallium and germanium should therefore be seen as part of a broader strategy by China to exert pressure on both the U.S. and Taiwan. While these economic measures are not directly linked to military action, they contribute to an escalating environment where both countries are leveraging every tool at their disposal, economic, diplomatic, and military, in a struggle for global influence. For China, these actions are intended not just to retaliate against U.S. policies, but to underscore its willingness to use economic power as a means of securing its strategic goals, particularly in relation to Taiwan. By tightening its control over critical materials, China is demonstrating that it can disrupt global supply chains and challenge U.S. technological leadership, even as it continues to build up its military capabilities. The long-term consequences of these actions, both economic and geopolitical, could ultimately push the world closer to a more confrontational and unstable future. While the export bans do not directly indicate an imminent Chinese military attack on Taiwan, they are part of an overarching strategy that combines economic coercion with military pressure. China's approach to Taiwan, therefore, is not limited to one form of leverage. It spans economic measures, military preparedness, and diplomatic tactics aimed at isolating Taiwan and weakening U.S. support. If China's technological and military power continues to grow, the balance of power in the Asia-Pacific region could shift in ways that would further destabilize the status quo, making the question of Taiwan's future an increasingly contentious and urgent issue. In this complex geopolitical landscape, the use of economic tools like export bans is a signal that China is prepared to escalate its efforts to achieve its ultimate goal of reunification with Taiwan, even if that means taking increasingly aggressive steps, whether through economic, political, or military means.